And welcome to another episode of A Shave and a Song. It is Monday, March 5th. Had some great weather last week in the 50s, upper 50s. Today, supposed to get up to 3 inches of snow. Go figure. Hey, it's March. Welcome. All right, so if you have come here because you were searching for shaving videos or you were searching for music videos, you've come to the right place on both accounts. Just stick around, don't go anywhere. This is a very eclectic channel, meaning that you are going to see me shaving with a straight razor, and also during the second pass I'm going to play some music because I love music, and what better way to do a shave than to listen to some music. And I like to introduce pieces of music by artists that may not be as well known, or even if they are really well known, maybe some of the songs that I play aren't as well known, or maybe they are. I don't know. I just like a big variety of music, and so this is a station or show about just having fun, doing what you got to do every day. Got to shave every day. I really enjoy shaving, and so why not listen to some music and expose the audience to some great pieces of songs. So stick around. Don't go anywhere. Just hang tight. We're gonna have some fun. Today I'm shaving. I don't know that you can really see this. Let me get some of the bloom water out and put it on my face. I'm also shooting in 360 degrees today, just because I haven't in a while, and thought, you know, what the heck, I might as well. Don't get to shoot a lot. 360 video in the wintertime. There we go. Excuse me, got a little catch in my throat. So I'm using a little homemade soap. It's called Oriental Trade Winds. I made it about 4 weeks ago, and testing it out. I really like the scent, the odor. It's got a good fragrance to it. And it seems to shave pretty well too, which is the main thing. So we'll lather it up here in the bowl. For those of you watching 360, you'll finally get to see what it's like to do the lathering. So today we're going to listen to a song by a band that I really don't know a lot about them. I came across them by accident, and I don't know if they are a regional, if they're famous regionally. Maybe they're not famous at all. Maybe they have a really big fan base locally or around where they play. I don't know. I know they're from Vancouver, British Columbia. The band's name is Liminis. And they got together back in 2004, and they were self-known as a heavy acoustic band, I guess you would say, or that's what they say. And they were known back then in 2004 as Hunker Down. And as they were playing out, this is really lathering nicely, by the way, as they were playing out, you know, around British Columbia, I don't know how big of an area they played. I don't know. I know when I was in a band back in the 80s and 90s, we played, you know, within about 200-mile radius and did really well. So I don't know. Maybe they're that kind of a band. But anyway, as their fan base started to grow in Canada, all right, we've got a nice lather kind of built. I'm going to build it a little more in my scuttle. Get it really nice. As they were growing in Canada, they changed their name to Threshold, and they released an album, a 6-song EP, extended play. I don't know if we even call them EPs anymore. I mean, I know we do, now that vinyl's no longer around, but maybe a lot of people don't know what that means. But it's an extended play, meaning it's not a full-size album of like 10 songs or so. But they released 6 songs, and they renamed the band Threshold. And the album was called One. And as luck would have it, or as bad luck would have it, or whatever, there was already a band from the UK named Threshold. They're still around today, and they were quite a bit bigger than the British Columbia band. There we go. And so their lawyers sent this band in Canada a letter saying, hey, you need to change your name. We're getting ready to release the album. There's just not room for two thresholds. So the lead singer, Neil, I believe his name is, he got a Latin dictionary and he looked up the word threshold in Latin, and it is Liminis. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I don't know Latin, so I'm thinking I'm pronouncing it right. If not, well. Anyway, Liminis in Latin means house or threshold, and so they got to keep their name in a roundabout sort of way. I'm thinking I might have gotten the recipe right with this second batch of shaving soap. I could use a little bit more fragrance. I was on the medium side of how much to use. I was afraid of using too much, but obviously I think I'm going to, on the next batch, I'm going to switch to the high side as I paint my face here. Looks good, and I've already done a time test on it, so I know it holds the suds up well over time, which is good. So we'll do one pass now, and then we'll start the song during the second pass. So here's pass number one. The wind is supposed to come up a little bit later today. I think I said 3 inches of snow, but it could be 4. My wife was on me to put the snowblower away yesterday, and I just didn't do it. And now this morning she got up and said, well, good thing you didn't put the snowblower away. I guess being lazy once paid off. Something I've noticed on this side of the face only is that first pass, you can, for those of you watching over here on the 360, you can always tell that it kind of washboards a little bit as it's going down. And that only happens on the first pass, and I'm not quite sure what that is. I mean, I suppose it could be the whiskers, but I'm not sure. Or just, it shouldn't be all that dry, because I don't know. I don't know. Always seems to do it. This is the side that I have a really hard time getting the angle right where I can see in the mirror. sprayed some anti-fog on the mirror. I'm just about out of it. I've been saying for the last couple of weeks I need to go get some more. I just haven't yet. Hopefully since it's been so warm these last few days, if we do get 4 inches of snow, it really won't last all that long. I'm hoping it'll warm back up. All right, that's pass number 1. I think I am going to wipe the mirror down just a little bit. There we go. So we'll get ready for pass number 2, and then we'll play some music by Liminis. Sure hope I'm pronouncing that name correctly. I came across the band Liminis completely by accident. There is a website out there that gives a lot of instructions on projects, all kinds of projects. You name it, it's got it. You know, woodworking, electronic, cooking, fabric, you name it, it's there. It's called Instructables, instructables.com. And I was looking to make some furniture for the house, and I came across this project of a infinity mirror table stand type thing. And I was looking at the instructions, and they had a video attached to the instructions of a finished piece. So I clicked on the video, and they started showing the project. And then this music started playing. You know, most of the videos don't have background music. This one had background music. And me having a passion for music, I quickly became sidetracked with the music over and above the actual project. And luckily, the person who posted the video posted the name of the band and also a link to their Facebook page, and also where you could hear more of their music. And you can hear their music on Bandcamp, bandcamp.com. And that's where you can go and listen to it, or even purchase some of the pieces. And I purchased the one we're about to hear, Tangled, where I'm going to play Tangled from 2014 release, I believe. But I also like some of their other pieces, like from the One album, in which they were still entitled Threshold. I really, really like Dollhouse and Self. Those are great pieces as well. So let's get to it. As I get ready for my second pass, let's go ahead and listen to Liminis. This is from I don't think it was on an album. I think it was just a single release, 2014, called Tangled. And one of the things I like about this song is when you're listening to it, you'll notice that the last word of a sentence becomes the first word of the next sentence. Sometimes, it happens quite a bit throughout the song, which is really pretty neat. So they're ending one sentence, the two sentences blend together. The last word of one sentence becomes the first word of the next, and I like it. It's a good song. So here we go. This is a single from Liminis called Tangled. There you go, Liminis, Tangled. What do you think? I like it. I like a lot of their stuff. I'm actually glad I came across that. I was talking, well, private messaging the lead singer, Neil, back and forth a few weeks ago on Facebook, and he was telling me that they're back in the studio and they're coming out with some new songs. So stay tuned. I'll put a link to their Facebook page as well as where you can find the pieces on Bandcamp. I'd never heard of Bandcamp before until I found directed there to go there by that poster on Instructables. You know, that is a really cool thing about the time that we're living in compared to when I was a teenager and growing up in the 80s. You know, if you heard a song, first of all, you're only hearing songs on the radio. And if you hear a song you don't know, you've never heard before, and you really like that song, and you want to know what the artist was, you know, you spent the next couple of minutes sitting in your car just praying to God that the disc jockey would tell you who was you were listening to, and inevitably they never would. You know, they go right into the next song, or they go right into commercial, and then you're hosed, and then you're forced. As I heard a comedian say, I wish I could remember what comedian said this. Then you're forced to go into your local record store, and you got to stand there in front of the clerk and hum the piece, and see if they can recognize what the hell it is you're humming. I can remember doing that so many times. And now it's so much easier with like Shazam and SoundHound. Just makes it so much easier to find music. But I'm not sure that it would have found Liminis on either one of those song finders. And so that's why, you know, take a chance, people. When you're out there watching a video and then you hear this song that's playing and you don't know what it is, or even if you're watching a movie. I find a lot of songs like this when I'm in the movie theater. I never leave the movie theater until all the credits have rolled, just because I want to see the music. I want to see who's been playing, you know, what their names are. And you can come across some really good pieces of music that way. So I hope that you make it a practice is when you're watching videos, no matter what they are, instructional videos, or you're watching a movie and you hear a song that you like, pursue it. Pursue it. Find out who it is. Find out what the name of the song is, and then support that artist. Listen to it. Put it add to your playlist. It's a great. It's just unbelievable the world we live in today, where that is so much easier than it used to be just not all that long ago. Taking a little more time than I used to, especially over here, just to make sure that I can get those troughs a little bit better than I have been. And I have noticed, after all this time, stretching the face is so important. Well, I know I, for one, am anxious to hear what their new stuff sounds like. Whenever that decides to come out or whenever they're finished with it. They do have a couple of postings out on YouTube of them in concert, but it's basically just somebody with a cell phone recording them, and so it's not really good quality. And there's not very many out there, so if you search Liminis on YouTube, I'm sure this is going to be one of about 10 videos that pop up. All right, there we go. A little cold water time, splash the face. Looking good, feeling good. I'm really happy, you know, after about 4 months of figuring out how to do this. I'm really happy with the shaves that I'm getting nowadays. Okay, and it is now time to give the razor its cleaning before we put it to bed. After I clean it and let it dry a little bit, I always give it a couple of go-rounds on the strop. So a little alcohol. Just make sure I get any excess soap off. Disinfect. Then we let it dry, and while it's drying I clean everything else up. So normally I clean up first before I put the aftershave on, but today we're going to do the aftershave. For the shaving soap, I was using my own homemade concoction. I call it Oriental Trade Winds. And I really like the smell, and it feels good. Got a good glide, felt great on the face, so I like it. I'm going to make some more. And I am using Dr. John's Savannah Sunrise to finish it off. Nice liberal. There we go. We like it. And this has a wonderful citrusy smell to it. Pamper the old face a little bit. All right, guys, that's it. I hope you stuck around. If you made it this far, you did. And I hope you'll enjoy Liminis Tangled 2014. I'll put a link to their Facebook page and also to their Bandcamp page in the comment section below. Go check them out, and don't feel bad about supporting them. You know, it's only $1.25 US for a song, and then if you want to download like the Threshold, the entire album one, it's, I don't know, maybe it's $7, $8 US. So not bad at all. It's some good music. You're supporting you're supporting musicians that bring joy to our lives. You know, music is what really adds spice to life, and so go support them, check them out, and until next time, let's try that again. Live life, everyone, and happy shaving.